like GI.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm not Good morning. How we doing, guys? Good, I hope. It's a beautiful day. There we go. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna start in just a minute or so. Grab weights and bottles, cans, whatever you've got, and then just a squishy ball. All right. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad this all worked this week. It was a little funny last week. And we will start standing. So just grab your weights, have your squishy ball handy. We'll use it a little bit at the beginning here, standing as well. I have my weights on my wrists. So it looks like I'm not holding anything, but I am. I got my little weights there. So hold your weights in your hands, just stand up really nice and tall. I think it is 9:30, so we'll start. Feet about hip distance apart, and just really think about your spine. So think about that length through your spine. The top of your head is reaching up, your heels are pressing down, your shoulders are away from your ears, and you have that little bit of a connection through your core. So your spine is as long as it can be, your ribs are tight around your center, your belly button is pulling into your spine that little bit, and your pelvis is not tipped this way, it's not that way. You're just somewhere in the middle there, in that neutral pelvis. All right, shoulders away from your ears. We're going to start just lifting up our heels. So feet about hip distance apart, press into each one of your toes, and then we're just going to go straight up. So lifting your heels, feel that connection through your center, and then just nice and slow, lower your heels straight back down. So do that again, nice even pressure through each one of your toes. Feel that core, and then just go straight up. Holding when you're up there, take a nice breath without locking your knees. You're gonna lower those heels back down. So go for 3 more like that, trying to keep your weight as centered as possible. So press through those toes, connect and up, and then slow all the way down. 2 more like that. Using your breath to connect through your core as you lift. Slowly we'll come down, and then 1 more just like that. Come right on up onto those toes. Hold when you're at the top, so take a little bit of a breath. Make sure you have nice even weight, keeping your upper body nice and straight. You're gonna drop down. So keep that upper body up, reach those arms straight forward. So your torso and your arms are perpendicular, and then press through those toes, just come straight up. Don't quite lock your knees, and then do that again. Inhale, knees reach straight forward. So think about your inner thighs squeezing toward one another. They're not gonna touch because they're hip distance, your legs are hip distance apart, right? Do that again, inhale down. Reaching those arms, nice length through your spine, press through those toes up. Last 2. All the way up. And then go 1 more like this. Inhale down, exhale, press through those toes all the way up, and then drop your heels down. All right, from there, we're gonna go arms straight out to the sides, bring them in front, and then just lower back down. Go out, in, and then control. Really reach in front, control back down. So feeling the work for that entire little circle there. Out, in front, down. Go 2 more like that. In, control, down. And 1 more, keeping that weight nice and even in your feet. In and down. Now let's go the opposite way. So we're gonna go straight up, open, and down. And just start to notice what's happening with your body. As you open your arms, is your chest going forward? Are you able to keep that connection through your center? So you want to keep your torso pretty still and just let those arms move freely. That's your core keeping you connected as you move your arms. Down, go 1 more here. Up, open, down, and then back up, and then stay right here. So we're gonna go from here. We're gonna pull our elbows in, elbows nice and high, and then we're gonna reach our arms straight up as we stand up. So coming down into a little squat, Doesn't matter how low you come, pull those elbows behind you, press through your heels, reach straight up to the ceiling. So down, your ribs are staying nice and connected. Press those arms up, press through your heels. Your ribs are tight around your center so you're not arching your back as you reach. Go 4 more. Inhale down, press through those heels up. 3, inhale down. 2, control. And reach. 1 more like this. Control. Reach all the way up and then come down and stay. So your elbows are higher than your waistlines. Can you see that mine are higher than my waistlines there? Ribs are tight around your center. Your head is in line with your spine, so you're not here. You're not here. Just nice long line. And then reach those arms straight back. Hold when they're back there. Tiny bend in your elbows and then circle your arms around. So just small circles, trying to keep your hands just above your hips. Go 5, 4, core stays connected. 3, keep that pressure through your heels. 2, last one, go the other way. Small little circles. Feel that upper arm bone, that's your humerus moving in your shoulder socket. Forget about your hands, you've got 4, 3, 2, last one, and then stay. So your arms are a little bit out to the side there. Now just bend them in. So you're bending and then reach out. Slow as you bend in, reach out. So I'm reaching a bit on an angle here. In, reach out to the side that little bit. Slow, keep those elbows lifting. Press. Go for 5, reach out. 4 more. In, 3. How's that core doing? Is it still connected? You could forget about it, right? Keep it working. Last 2. Last 1. Press out and then bring those arms forward. Give those shoulders a little roll out. All right, and then grab your squishy ball. If you don't have a squishy ball, you could use a pillow or you could just have your toes light on the mat. Same kind of idea. I have my ball, so I'm going to show you with the ball. So your right foot is going to be on top of the ball. So your left leg is your standing leg. That's going to be the primary mover. We're going to bend down. I'll show you the side actually. We're going to bend our left, reach your arms forward. Think of sinking your tailbone back behind you. Light touch on that right foot, right? And then come all the way up. Inhale as you come down. Exhale, press through that left as you stand. Good. So go 6 like that. Controlling down, think of that nice long spine. Press through that left heel up. Left inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Go 5. 4 more. Press through that left heel right up. 3, 2, stay light on that right. And then go 1 more. Inhale down, stay here. Pull those elbows back, reach those arms out. And in, ribs are tight around your center. Out and in. Now, as you kick those arms out, come up 2 inches onto your left. And then down 2, so just small pulses up and down, nice and slow. 5, pull down. 4, press through that left and down. 3, down. Last 2 and down. Last 1, press all the way up. Take a breath. We're going to switch. Same thing, other side. So left foot on top of the ball. Right leg is that primary mover here. All right, so we're going to do the exact same thing except palms face down this time. Reach, press into that right heel straight up. Inhale down. Press up. Good. So control, press through that right heel up. Control and up. Nice long waistlines, ribs stay tight around your center. Left foot is as light as it can be. 4, go for 3. Last 2, abs deepen, press, and then 1 more. Abs deepen, press, and then come down and stay. Pull those elbows back behind you, reach those arms out, Holding here, you're gonna go up 2 inches into your right, open your arms out 2 inches, and then squeeze back in and come down. Up 2, out 2, go 6, and in, 5, and in, 4 more, press, and in, 3, press, in, last 2, and in, last 1, and down, stand all the way up. Keep those shoulders a roll out, kick that ball off to the side. Give those legs a little bit of a shake out. Okay, then we're gonna do one more little bit here. Have your feet about hip distance, maybe a little wider than hip distance apart, turned out. All right, so we're gonna open our arms nice and wide to the side. So really think reach, reaching through your fingertips, trying to touch one wall, trying to touch the other wall with your opposite arm, and then bend those knees down low. So as you bend your knees, your thighs are turning out a little bit more. Your arms are still reaching. As you stand, pull those elbows into your waistlines. So really feel that pull. Feel the reach and feel the pull. Yeah. Reach, press through those heels, feel that connection. So intentional movement, you're reaching and you're pulling. You're not just, boop. That's very different. Reach, feel that core connect, pull in. Reach, pull in. Go for 3. In. Go for 2. Reach, pull in. One more. You're going to reach. Stay nice and low. From here, bend your right in. Reach it out with a twist. Pull it in again. And twist. Your left is still reaching. Go for 5, 4. Rotate. 3. Waistline stay long, right? 2. Last 1. Twist, turn that arm, palm faces forward. Same thing left, pull in, twist, pull in, twist. You've got 5, keep those thighs turning out. 4, right arm is reaching, mine was not. 3, don't forget about that right. Last 2, last 1, out, twist that arm, pull both elbows in, stand up, and then both out, stay there, lift your heels, drop them down, pull them in, reach out, back in, lift those heels. In, reach out, pull in, lift those heels. In, lift those heels. Remember that energy through your arms. Reach, pull in, lift, and down. Let's reach 2 more, and in, up, and down. 1 more. And in, up, and down. Now stay here. Up and down. Go 4. And down. Lift your heels. Feel your core connect to keep you steady. 3. And down. Last 2. And down. Last 1. Lift those heels. Stand all the way up. Stay right here. Take a breath. Reach those arms really, really nice and high to the ceiling. Pull everything in except your arms. So feel your core connect. Bend those knees. Okay, so keep this reach up, but now you're gonna bend your elbows. Bend your elbows, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. And then reach. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Reach even further, go for 4. Keep that spine nice and long. It's easy to let everything collapse as you pull these arms in. Last 2. Turn those thighs right out. You ready? 1 more. In. Drop those heels. Arms down, give your shoulders a little roll out. All right, and then come down onto your mat. So grab your squishy ball. You can keep your weights handy. So the ball's gonna start between your inner thighs, hands by your side. See me there, move this down. It's gonna be better. All right. So squishy ball between your inner thighs, feet a little closer than hip distance apart, so you can really feel that connection with your inner thighs. And then let's just reach our arms straight up. So arms are reaching, shoulder blades are flat against the mat. Let's just get a little bit of movement through protraction and retraction in our shoulder girdle here. So reach your arms up, that's a protraction. Shoulder blades are lifting off the mat. Slide your shoulder blades together for a little bit of retraction. And then do that again, so up. And then slide those shoulder blades together.
So kind of getting the maximum movement that you can through your shoulder girdle. As we work, we want to, for most of what we're doing, we want to have the minimum movement through your shoulder girdle. So your shoulders are going to stay steady as you move your arms. You're not really going to be moving through protraction here and retraction here. So let's try that. So open your arms out. Nice and wide, so your shoulder blades are flat against the mat. Your shoulder blades have not really retracted or protracted. Arms press up. Now don't let them protract as your arms reach up. Your shoulder blades are still flat against the mat. You could do this, right? Don't do it, stay there. Open out. And then press and reach back up, good. So keeping those shoulder blades stable here. Your arms are moving, your shoulder blades are staying steady. And then think about what's going on with your rib cage. Are your ribs opening a little wider as your arms open? Is your back arching? Try not to let either of those things happen. So your arms move, your ribs stay tight around your center. So that's obliques, keeping those ribs hugging around your center. 2 more here. Your low abs, your transverse, so keeping that pelvis in that nice neutral. So we're not here, we're not here. 1 more like that, reach. Press all the way up and then stay. So keep your shoulder blades nice and flat against the mat. You're going to press into your heels, lift your hips up and hold at the top. So feel your knees reaching away from the top of your head. You're going to reach your arms way up overhead, keeping your ribs tight around your center as you roll all the way down. So go slow, roll, come to neutral, arms back up, shoulder blades flat against the mat. Do that again, belly button in, press. Take a nice breath here, give those inner thighs a squeeze, arms reach, and then roll all the way. Come to neutral, arms up. Do that again, you've got a couple more, belly button in. Squeeze those inner thighs, reach those arms, ribs stay nice and tight around your center, roll all the way, and up. 1 more like this, belly button in, press up. Reach those arms, roll all the way, feel your knees reaching away from those fingertips. Press those arms up to the ceiling and then press your hips up and stay. So shoulder blades are flat against the mat, arm bones are heavy. Just squeeze your inner thighs. So squeeze for 6 nice big squeezes. Notice when you squeeze your inner thighs, are you squeezing your glutes? Try to keep them relaxed and then release. Just inner thighs, squeeze and release. So it may not be as big of a squeeze as it is when you're using your glutes. That's fine. We don't want to use glutes. Think inner thighs, not glutes. Go for 3. Just small. You'll feel your core connect as you squeeze those inner thighs and abs work together. 2. And then 1 more. Go for that little bit of a squeeze, holding right there. Now from here, open your arms wide, still keeping your shoulder blades flat against the mat. Press those hips up, arms reach. Go arms overhead. Press up, arms wide again, really reach, press up, little squeeze with those inner thighs, arms overhead, press through those heels right up. Do that again, inhale out, inhale and up. Last 2, reach, ribs stay tight around your center the whole time, right? You should feel those hamstrings and glutes working. Arms are working, core is stabilizing. 1 more here, reach, press up, holding when you're there. We're going to roll all the way down, come through to neutral. Good. And then just pop that ball up to the side. Find that neutral pelvis. So back of your rib cage is heavy. You have that teeny little space behind your low back. You're not arching for sure, but your pelvis is staying steady. Keep your arms down for the first bit. We're going to lift our right heel and then our left. So take a breath when you're there, feeling that you're still neutral, right? So with your heels lifted and your toes light on the mat, you should feel a little bit more through your low abs. If you don't, think of your legs being a little bit lighter, your feet being a little bit lighter on the mat, all right? So from there, we're gonna bring our right leg to tabletop, hold when it's there, and then just reach your right leg out. So reach out on a nice long line and then pull it back in. So you're reaching your leg, you're reaching your toes away from the top of your head Your left foot is staying a little bit light. If anyone wants to come right into more of a challenge, you can lift your left leg from here. I'm going to keep it down because we're going to do the lift in a sec. So reach, still tons of work. Remember, you want to keep your hips totally still. Your waistline should be nice and long. In, using that breath, that big exhale helps to engage your abs. Your back isn't on arching as you reach. Go one more. And in, and then lower those toes. So now your right toes are light. We're going to lift our left. Pelvis is nice and neutral. Again, you're going to reach that left. Nothing in your body changes. Your abs deepen, but nothing, your bones don't change position. No tension through your neck or your shoulders. Keep your gaze right up to the ceiling. Reach. Chin is pulling into your chest a little bit so you're not here. And find length from underneath your left arm all the way to your left toes. Reach, 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 reach. Keep that length as you pull in. 3 more. Did I say that already? I think I did. It's okay. Can never do too many. Go 2 more. And in. 1 more, keeping those ribs tight around your center. Reach. Pull back in. And then lower those toes down. Lower your heels. Take a breath. Belly button to spine, press through your heels, lift those hips, really reach those knees. Nice deep breath, slowly roll all the way down. And then go 1 more like that, belly button to spine. If you're feeling your back after that last little exercise that we did, I'm going to show you a little modification because we're going to lift our leg. It's going to be a little bit harder. You can either keep your, I'll show you the modification here. So keep your ribs tight around your center. You're still neutral, right? Lift your right heel. Lift your left. Core connects a little bit when you lift your heels, right? Now, we're going to lift both legs up if you want, or if you were feeling your back in the last one, keep 1 foot down, or think about pressing your lumbar spine down a little bit more to the mat. So almost a little bit further than neutral. That's going to keep your back a little safer if your back's bothering you. Otherwise, stay neutral. Right leg up, left leg up, stay. So for example, if you feel like your back is really arching here, press your low back down a little bit or just have 1 leg up. All right. So from here, we're going to lift our right arm up. That's an arm, and left arm up. Hold right here. So let's stick with 1 side at a time for those who are keeping 1 leg down. Reach your right toes away from your right fingertips and then pull all the way in. Same side again. So abs deepen and in. So if you're keeping your toes down, it's just going to look like this. Reach. And then pull all the way in. Take your pick, doesn't matter. Reach away, find length. So now right fingertips, really reach from right toes and in. 5 more. And in, go for 4. Exhaling out, inhale in. 3. And in, last 2. And in, last 1, exhale all the way out. Inhale in, holding there. Now from here, you can bring your right toes down if you want, or we're just going to go right into it. Left and left, reach away. And back in. So exhale, find length the whole way. Out, 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 and then pull back. And in, the right side of your body is staying heavy as this left side lengthens. Reach fingertips from toes. And back. Go for 4. And in, right shoulder blade stays heavy. 3. And in, chin is still pulling into your chest that little bit. 2. Last 1, reach all the way. Pull back in, holding there. Lower your right, lower your left, lower your arms. And then keep those feet about hip distance apart. You're going to come back through that hip roll, lift them all the way up. Stay when you're up there. Take a nice little breath. Maybe press a little higher than you would normally. Just give that spine a little stretch and then articulate back down. So really pressing down 1 vertebra at a time, all the way, all the way, all the way. Come through to neutral. Hold when you're down at the bottom. Take a nice breath and then right back up, belly button in. Press through those heels, lifting hips. Slow and controlled roll all the way. Go 2 more here. Belly button in. Rolling all the way down. We're gonna stay up on the next one. So belly button to spine, press through those heels, lifting hips and hold. So not in your highest point, come in so that your shoulder blades are still a little bit heavy on the mat. Knees are reaching away from the top of your head. Let's keep our arms down for the first one. So you can have your palms facing up so you stay nice and relaxed. Little bit of an extra press through your left heel. You'll feel your left glute connect and then lift your right heel. Hips are totally level. Hips are still level, right leg up. So holding there, give that head a rock back and forth. No tension in your neck, right? From here, reach that right leg way out, 45-degree angle, and then pull it back in. So reach your right, nothing changes in your left. We're gonna reach our right, left hip stays lifted, left inner thigh still squeezing toward your midline. You've got 3. And in. 2 more. And in. 1 more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pulling in and stay. Now drop your hips, almost touch the mat. Your ribs come down with you and then press straight up. Inhale down, keeping neutral and then press. Go for 6. Control, press up. So all about that left glute. Lots of core keeping you steady. Go for 3. Exhale, press. 2 more. Last one. Exhale, press up, holding there, lower that right foot down, hips stay lifted. Roll all the way down to the mat, come through to neutral. Take a breath. We'll do the same thing other side. If that bothers your back at all, that's really a lot of stability. A lot of stability is required there to do that correctly. If that bothers your back at all, just don't come as high. You can just stay a little bit off the mat and do it that way. All right, so press through those heels, lifting up. So tons of right glute this time. We're gonna lift our left heel, lift that left leg to tabletop, holding there so your hips stay nice and still. Remember, if you feel your back, just drop down here. From there, reach left and then pull back in. Exhale out and make sure that head is nice and relaxed. Inhale in, reaching toes away from the top of your head and pull right inner thigh. Squeeze this toward your midline for 5. In. Go for 4. And in. 3 more. Exhaling out. Inhale in. 2. And back. 1 more. Reach away. Pull back in. Hold. Lower your hips. Drop them. And press. Inhale down. So as you lower, your hips come down together, your ribs come down as well for 4. Press through that right heel to lift. 3. Press through that right heel up. 2. 1 more. Press up, lower your left, roll all the way down. Come through to neutral. Hug those knees into your chest, have a little roll around one way and the other, and then grab your squishy ball. So squishy ball is going to go underneath your tailbone now. So back of your rib cage stays heavy, upper body is nice and open and relaxed. Have your palms facing up at your sides actually, so really stay nice and open. And then lift your right heel, lift your left. So your ball should be really underneath the end of your tailbone. If it's in here, it's going to bring you into a real arched back position, which is not going to feel good and not going to work the transverse, which is what we want. So make sure, think about where the end of your tailbone is and kind of pop the ball underneath yourself there. You want to be able to keep the back of your rib cage heavy. So right through here should be heavy. You don't want to press it down, but it's heavy towards the mat, if that makes sense. All right. Now from here, arms wide, bring one leg up, bring your other leg up and stay. So knees above your hips again is going to be the most challenging position. If you're feeling your back, bring your knees in closer, but if not, try to keep them out here. All right, from there, just reach your right leg. And then pull back in and then go left. So exhale as you reach, lengthen that whole left side of your body and in. Right reaches, nothing in your body changes. And back and then left. And in, good. Go one more right, reach. And in, and one more left, reach, back in, holding there. Now reach your right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Right shoulder blade heavy. Left arm all the way up. Think about those shoulder blades staying heavy, right? Reach your right leg again. This time reach your left arm overhead. Really go for it. Reach long and then pull in. Same thing, switch. Reach long, have a little pause. This is the hardest point. And then pull back. So exhale. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale back. Go right again. Reach and control. And reach and control. One more here. Abs deepen in. One more here. Reach. Pull all the way in. Hold. If you're feeling your low back at all, take a second and kind of check what's going on with your ribs. If they're lifting, you're probably going to feel your back. Remember, if your ball is too high up, you're also going to feel your back. If not, just stay there. Stay balancing till I get back up there. Let's still work. Okay, so we're here. Arms are upright. Back of your rib cage is heavy. Now bring the soles of your feet together as you open your knees into a diamond. Can you see mine are in a diamond? Like, there we go. And then bring them back together. So when you make the diamond, it would be really easy to pull your knees into your chest like this. Your abs aren't going to have to work that way. Don't do it. Knees open and knees stay out, away from your chest. Pull back in together. Knees open, pause, feeling a little more through your obliques as you do that, and then pull back in. Two more. And in one more, knees out. This time you're going to stay. So really find that stability. Feel both shoulder blades pressing into the mat. Extend your right leg out. Hold. So it's opening to the side. And then pull back in and then go left. So challenging those obliques a little further as you open to the side and pull in. So knees at least on top of your hips, maybe a little further out. If you go here, no abs. Don't do that. Do that again. Right leg out. And in, left. Back in. Good. Go right again. Exhale as you reach. Inhale in. Left. Exhale as you reach. Inhale back in. And then pause. So take a breath. Make sure those knees are still in front of your hips. You're going to open both legs. They don't need to go all the way out. Just open and then pull them back together. So you don't need to straighten, but just extend. So you could just be there. That's fine. Pull back in. Go for 4. And in. Keep those abs deepening. 3. And in. Last 2. If you can extend your legs fully, go for it. I'm not flexible. And in. And then one more. Bring those legs back in, thighs together, lower your right, lower your left, and then press into your heels, lift up, roll all the way down, and come to neutral. All right, reach your legs straight out underneath you. So really reach toes away from the top of your head. I'm gonna keep my weights on. You can keep your weights in your hands if you want. Arms are gonna go up to the ceiling, and then they're gonna reach overhead. No change in your ribs though. We're going to come into full roll-ups here. So we're going to go a couple, keeping both feet down. Tuck that chin. Try and reach your arms if you have your weights, especially try and reach your arms up towards the ceiling instead of just here because the weight will help you up. So reach up a little bit. Reach all the way to those toes. Stack up tall and then come right back. Belly button to spine, really rolling one vertebra at a time. Control. Reach those arms back. And then do that again. Keep those toes reaching. All the way. Stack up tall. All the way down. And reach. Now let's have our right toes down. Just a light touch with your toes. Tuck that chin. Keep the left side of your body heavy. Up just into that little scoop. And then roll back. Keep your arms reaching up. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Reach that right leg. Bend your left in. Same thing. Tuck. One vertebra at a time. Holding when you're in that little scoop. Keep those arms reaching up. Roll, roll, roll. And reach. Go one more right like that. Just have your toes down. Tuck that chin. Left hip stays heavy. Rolling up. Reach. Slow and controlled. Arms back. Leg extends. One more left like this. Right hip stays heavy. Reaching up. Rolling all the way down. Slow and controlled, and then bend both legs in. So you can keep your feet flat. We're going to work towards lifting your heels so you're just really nice and light. Start with them flat for the first one. So tuck your chin, rolling up. When you get to your little half roll back scoop, arms come up and down, and then arms go wide and in. So arms up, abs deepen and down, arms out and in. One more up and down, one more out and down, and then start reaching your arms up and then begin scooping back all the way. Reach those arms way back overhead. We're going to do one more set like that. If you want, try with your feet a little bit lighter. So just having your toes down, tuck. When you're in your little bit of a scoop, stay there. Now you're going to open just your right arm. Keep your toes light if you can. And in. Keep that little scoop, left arm out. Your pelvis stays nice and steady. Your ribs are square to the way you're looking. And in, and then go out, back in. Now we're going to go right arm to the side, left arm up and in. Take your time. Don't fling your arms around. Really control. And down. It's harder than it looks, right? If you feel your back, just come up a little higher. That's absolutely fine. And down. One more each way. And in. One more here. And in. And then scoop, roll all the way. And reach. Okay. Have a little stretch out there. And then grab your squishy ball. We're going to come onto our, let's come to our right side first today. So have your, we're going to have our left leg on top of that right ball, on top of the right ball, on top of your ball, left leg on top of the ball. You can lift up your left foot for just a little more stability work through your core. So your right ribs are staying a little bit lifted. Waistlines are nice and long. So you're not here, right? You're here. And then have your left hand, actually, let's reach our left arm all the way up. You can keep a weight in your hand if you want. It just challenges you a little further. Doesn't matter though. So from here, your right knee, can you see my right knee there? I want it to face forward. I don't want it to point down. Keep that right knee pointing forward. Toes reach away, right toes reach away as you lift, and then slow lower down. So exhale, lift, and inhale down. And down. So abs deepen, lift, inhale, control. Go for 5. Lift, pause, control. 4. Lift, pause, control. 3. And down, last 2. And down, last 1, go up and stay. So hold at the top, leg comes forward, leg comes back. So you can go forward just a few inches and then back the same few inches. So just like you're drawing a line, toes and back, like I'm trying to draw a line on my couch there, straight out and back. How about those right ribs? Are they still lifting a little bit? Go for 3. Forward, keep it lifting, back, 2. And back, last 1, forward and back, and then stay. Keep your toes reaching right out underneath you, circle your leg around. Just small. 5, lots of abs. 2, 4, 3, last 2, last 1, hold. Try to keep that knee pointing forward. 5, go for 4, 3, last 2, last 1, and then lower all the way down. Okay, grab that ball, pop it off to this side. You're gonna have your heels underneath your sitting bones, so nice long waistlines again, and then just get to the highest point of your clam. So your knee is up as high as it can go. with your hips staying steady. So pelvis is square to the way you're looking. Now from here, just lower to a hover and then right back. So inhale down, exhale up. Yeah, I like to have my hand on my hip just to keep everything nice and lined up. You don't want your hips to move with you. That's a completely different thing. Nothing is really working very hard. Up, ribs stay tight around your center, down. 4 more, get to that high point and down. 3. And down, nice long necks. 2 and down, go 1 more, up to the top, stay. Pulse up 1 more inch, squeeze and squeeze, 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 go 6, just small, getting the side of that glute, getting up to as much rotation as you can. Go 4, go for 3, last 2, last 1, hold up there. Now you're gonna teeter-totter, knee down, foot up, keep your pelvis still, and then switch, and switch, and switch. Good, so go 6 more, in and out, 5, in and out, 4 more, and out, 3, and out, last 2, and out, last 1, in and out, and then stay in that little bit of a turnout position. You're going to extend your leg and then bend it back in. So keep that turnout, extend. Again, you don't need to extend it fully. The challenge is keeping this leg lifted this whole time. The extending is challenging it a little bit further, right? Go 5. If you're just here, that's fine. 4, and down, 3, and down, last 2, and down, go 1 more, reach, pull back in, and then lower that leg all the way down. All right, let's pop our left foot in front of our right knee, have a little figure 4 stretch there. Take a nice couple of breaths, really letting that left knee turn out to the side as you hug your right knee in, keeping neutral, right? You guys know the drill. And then bring the soles of your feet together. You can just let your legs fall open. Give those inner thighs a little stretch out here. And then legs together. And then come all the way up. We'll do the same on the other side. So start with that squishy ball underneath your right knee on this side. So waistline's long again. And your right foot is lifting, left knee is pointing forward, toes are reaching away from the top of your head. And then arm is up if you did that on the other side. So let's just lift that leg up. Hold when you're up there, take a breath. Hips stay still, lower your leg to a hover, and then go right back up. Squeeze and lower. Good. And lower. So as you're lifting, think about that inner thigh just picking up. Control. Inner thigh up. Control. Good, go for 5. And down, 4 more. Squeeze and down, 3 more. And down, last 2. And down, last 1, squeeze up, stay. Now draw that straight line forward, a few inches forward and a few inches back. Keep reaching across the room. So up or stay up and then go forward those couple of inches and back, keeping that leg lifted. Forward and back, go for 5. And back, 4 more. And back, last 3. And back, go 2 more. And back, last 1, forward, squeeze back, and then stay. So you're reaching your toes away, circle your leg around, just that small controlled circle, get to that high point, back and around. 5, 4. So lots of core keeping you steady here. Keep your head nice and heavy so it's relaxed on that left arm. 2. Arm is still reaching, right? Last 1. Go the other way. Circle, go 6. Around, around. 5, 4, 3, Last two, last one, and then lower all the way down. Okay, pop the ball to the side. And then heels underneath your sitting bones, waistlines are still long, your left ribs are still that little bit lifted, and then get that leg up. So hold at your highest point there. You're gonna get there each time. You're gonna lower to that hover and then squeeze right up. Get to your high point. Inhale down. So each time you lift your leg, that exhale helps to engage your abs to keep your pelvis totally still, which is what we want. So controlling and lifting. Control and up. Control. Go for 5. Squeeze up. Go for 4. Resisting on the way down, right? Don't let gravity just pull you. 3. Last 2. Last one, squeeze it up. Stay. Pulse up 1 more inch. An inch. Go 7 and 6. 5. Squeeze. 4. Squeeze. 3. 2. Last one, stay. Teeter totter. So knee down, foot down. Knee down, foot down. So that's medial rotation turning in, lateral rotation turning out. Keep your glute working the whole time. Try not to just drop everything down. Keep that reach. Knees reaching up, and then heels reaching up. Knee up, heel down, knee down, heel up. Go 4 and down. And 3 and down. Last 2 and down. Last 1 and down, and then turn out. Stay there, kick that leg out, and then pull in. Reach out and in. And in, go for 5. Out and back. 4 more. And back. Last 3. And back. Last 2. And back. Last 1. Out. Keep that knee up and in. Lower all the way. Onto your back. Right foot in front of your left knee. Hug that leg in nice and tight. So keeping those waistlines long, upper body's nice and relaxed. Keep that thigh bone turning right out. Right, and then bring those feet together. Let those thighs just open out, just like gravity kind of deepen that stretch for you naturally. Take these guys off. All right, and then hug those knees in. Roll yourself up. We're gonna come to a 4-point kneel. Check my time. Perfect. Okay. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Think about that nice long spine. So your head is not here for sure. Your head is not here, just neutral. Pelvis is gonna stay still. So number one thing that's gonna happen when we extend our leg back is our hips are going to shift. We wanna try and keep our hips as still as we can. So your left hip stays over top of your left knee as we extend your right leg back. Just take a peek. Is your left hip still on top of your left knee? If not, make an adjustment. And then notice, are your waistlines still nice and long? They should be the exact same length. All right. Now from here, lift that right leg. Your weight again wants to shift to the left. Take a peek. Everything's still lined up? We're good. Okay. So from here, you're going to bend your right knee in. Nothing changes through your hips. And then you're going to kick it out. Reach nice and long. Bend in. And then kick and reach. So just, it's a right glute exercise, but think about the stability almost as more important. You're keeping your pelvis still as this right leg moves. You could do this probably till you're blue in the face. It's not what we want to do. We want to keep our pelvis totally still. Pull that leg in, reach it out. Don't let anything change in your body. In, waistlines are long, reach out. Go for 4, slow, reach. 3 more, slow, reach. Last two. In. Is your left knee still under your left hip? I hope so. Last one, press it out. Stay there. Now bring your left elbow down. Your weight definitely wants to shift left when you do that. Try not to. Left knee is still under your left hip. Laterally rotate your right leg. You're going to bring it in towards your right elbow and then kick it out. Squeeze up a little higher. So now you're on this little bit of an angle. You can lift your leg higher. In, kick it out, squeeze. Doesn't matter how far in you bring your knee. Out. The trick is not letting your hips shift to the left. So take a peek. Is your left knee still under your left hip? If not, make that adjustment. Go for 4. In, out, reach. 3. In, out, reach. See how I'm laterally rotated there? My right knee is pointing to the right. 2, out. Last one. In, out, reach. Now stay. Your back is still nice and strong, right? Your core is keeping you steady. Left knee underneath your left hip. Lift that leg 1 inch higher and down. So getting this side glute 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Tons of abs keeping your body still up and down. Go for 5. And down. 4 more. Little squeeze and down. Shoulders keeping you steady. Or shoulders are staying steady. They're not keeping you steady, are they? They're helping. 2. Last one, squeeze it up and then bend that leg in. Sit yourself back to a shell stretch. Let's walk our hands over our left knee. So way over to the left side of your body. Really reach out through those right fingertips. Feel that nice stretch for the right side of your body there. Lots of right obliques. And then walk those hands back through center. Come all the way up. I'll flip around. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Remember, stability is what we're thinking here. Reach your left, lift it up. So hold when you're there, toes reaching away from the top of your head. Now take a peek down. Is your right knee under your right hip? If not, adjust. Nice even weight on those hands. And then you're just coming in, kick out. Slow in. Reach. Go for 6. In. 5 more. In. Reach. 4. In. 3. Exhale back. Good. 2. In. And reach. Last one. In. Press out. Stay there. Right elbow down. Holding when you're there. Now laterally rotate that left leg. Is your right knee still under your right hip? It should be. Left knee into your left elbow without your weight shifting to the right. And then kick out so you can get a little higher now, right? In. Slow in. Control. Keep those waistlines long. Kick out. Control. Kick out. You've got 5. 4. In, reach. 3. Reach. Last 2. In, reach. Last 1. In, reach. And then stay when you're there. You're going to go up 1 more inch. Squeeze and squeeze. Keep that leg nice and turned out. So left knee points to the left side. Really reach. 6. 5. No change in your spine. 4. Squeezing that leg up. 3. 2, last 1, and then bend that leg in. Sit yourself right on back. Reach your left fingertips way out over the right side of your body. So feeling that nice stretch down the left side of your body. Think of that left hip pressing down as your left fingertips reach up. And then walk those hands back through center. Come back up to that 4-point kneel. So let's do a little cat stretch here. So drop your tail, scoop those abs rounding through your spine. Hold. And then come all the way out. So letting that tail kind of lift up to the ceiling. Reaching your chest and collarbones forward. And then do that again. Tuck your chin, scoop round. And all the way out.
Go one more, drop that tail scoop. And then right through neutral. Okay, let's come on to our mat. So just lying flat. Have your hands have your hands together right underneath your forehead. You're going to start with your knees as wide as the mat, so legs as wide as the mat as well. And then bend your knees and bring your heels together. All right, so you can look straight down if that feels better for your neck, or you can look to one side, doesn't matter. So we're going to be squeezing our heels together to engage our glutes. So we don't want to press our low back down. Did you see what I just did there? We don't want to do that. We want to keep our body pretty still. So in neutral, your ribs are still tight around your center, keeping that little bit of stability through your core. And then you're just going to squeeze your heels. So as you squeeze your heels, your glutes will engage. If you can lift your knees a little bit, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. We'll work up to that. And then slow heels come down. So do that again. Squeeze your heels. Maybe you lift, hold, and then slow release that squeeze and let your knees come down if they were up. Now, if when you lift your knees or when you squeeze your heels, you start to feel your low back, don't squeeze or lift as high or as hard, all right? Little squeeze. It's really, really small. Slow and controlled lowering down. So you're kind of feeling that squeeze right underneath your glutes, the top of your hamstring. Squeeze. Inhale, slowly come down. Almost looks like nothing really, but it does feel like quite a bit if you're squeezing those heels together. And if you get that lift, it really gets in there. Go for 2 more. Squeeze. Think of lifting your heels straight up, not in towards your bum. Heels up. Slow down. And then 1 more, squeeze and lift and then stay. So keep your heels squeezing together. If your knees are lifted, great. If not, doesn't matter. Keep your heels squeezing together. Now from here, squeeze a little harder. Squeeze for 6. Squeeze for 5, little harder. Make sure you're not arching your back ribs. Stay tight around your center so you're still exhaling as you squeeze and deepening your abs. Squeeze 3. Squeeze 2. Last one, little squeeze, holding there. Take a breath. And then release all the way out. So just extend your legs. Now bring your hands to about shoulder distance apart, maybe a little wider. Maybe as wide as your mat. Let's do that. Nose hovers off the mat. So we're going to do that little extension. So think about looking just straight down. Your neck is nice and long. You're not going to shorten the back of your neck. So your neck is long right now. You're not going to come into this kind of a position. We're going to extend through our upper back here. So through your thoracic spine and your cervical spine. So think of having a little marble right in front of your nose. Just roll it away with your nose and then come up into that little extension. So you can pick your ribs up if that feels good. If not, you can stay down here. Just make sure you're not only going into your lumbar spine there. We want to find that extension through our upper back. So holding here, take a nice little breath. The top of your head is reaching away from your toes. Slow and controlled, come all the way down. Take a breath and then do that again. So let's think about abs first. Belly button to spine, ribs tighten up around your center. Lead with that nose. Imagine rolling that marble away and then reach your collarbones forward. Reach the top of your head forward with those collarbones. Think of being wide across your chest. Remember, your ribs can lift a little bit like mine are there. They don't have to though. Holding there. And then slow and controlled, come all the way down. Still finding length through your spine as you lower. So go 2 more like this. Connect through your core, tighten up those ribs, lead with that nose, and then find that length. Holding. Slow and control, stretch that spine a little longer. All the way down and hold. Last one here. Shoulders back, ribs tight around your center. Your core connects as you lift. See if you can maybe lift those ribs for your last one, if that feels good. Take a nice little breath and then lower about halfway
and stay. So keep the top of your head reaching from your toes. Can you lift your elbows? Can you lift your hands? If not, that's okay. If you can, just stay here. Find a little extra length. Hold for 3, hold for 2, hold for 1, lower all the way, and then press yourself back to a shell stretch. So arms reach forward, tailbone reaches right down to those heels. Take a nice couple of breaths, and then come on up. All right, so hands back under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Find those nice long waistlines. You're neutral, right? Kick that right leg out, really reach through your right heel so you're engaging the right glute, and then let's go left. So kick your left leg out as well. So reaching heels away from the top of your head. Let's tuck our chin, scoop those abs, press yourself all the way back to that downward dog. An up stretch, we call it in Pilates. Reach that tail up to the ceiling. Walk those legs out. Switch. And then lift up both heels. So hold when they're up there. You're going to bend your knees. Try and keep your bum lifting as you bend your knees. Bend those knees, bend those knees. Your bum will come down a little bit. Hold when you're down, just in a hover, and then straighten your legs out. You're going to come back into a plank. You might have to slide your legs back a bit. Hold when you're there. Take a breath, and then tuck your chin, scoop, press all the way back. Drop those heels low. Lift them up, and then do that again. Bend your knees. Go slow, 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 bending your knees, and then straighten them out. Come back into that plank. Good. Do one more. Tuck your chin. All the way down with those heels. Lift them back up, and then slow bending your knees. Keep that those hips lifting, lifting, lifting. Hold when you're in a hover. Holding there. This time, step your right foot forward. Drop your left knee and come into a little stretch here. So take a nice couple of breaths, just letting that left hip flexor have a bit of a stretch out. You can tuck your tailbone under a little bit and you'll feel even more through your left hip flexor. Maybe a little through your psoas there as well, if that feels all right. And then let's turn our right leg out so you can just drop it down if that feels okay, and come into a little pigeon, letting that hip have a stretch out. So again, turning out as much as you can to maximize the stretch, and then just lower your upper body. Take a nice couple of breaths there. And then walk those hands in, curl those left toes under, step your right back. So you're back in that nice long line of your plank. Step your left foot forward, drop your right. And then again, you'll feel that right hip flexor. Just letting your weight kind of sink forward. If that feels good, you can tuck your tailbone under a bit. You'll feel it a little bit deeper there. And then turn that left leg out. You can come down as far as that feels good. And then walk those hands back underneath those shoulders. Curl those right toes under. Step your left back. Tuck that chin. Press yourself all the way back. And then walk your hands into your feet. Hang in that forward fold. Give your head and shoulders a little roll out. And then you'll press through your heels and come all the way up.
And you are finito. Thanks, guys. Hope that felt good. I'll see you, I guess, next week. Enjoy the sunshine, everybody. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I gotta get watering my garden. I will see you next week, guys.
Thank you. Great class.
Thanks, my Jenny.